Hey. So today we're going to do some work on this green. I've got a couple of things I want to do on it. I'm not going to worry about cutting the tea today because it hasn't really grown that much since I last gave it a cut, which was only like 3 or 4 days ago, but the green's still grown. I've nearly kept up with the day in the mowing as well, which is great, apart from we got a little bit of rain earlier on in the week. But I'm going to try something out on this today to see if I can get this thing growing, so watch the end of the video and you'll see what's going on. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. So as you can see, the green is improving. It's just not drastically improving because winter bruh, that's the way it works. But it is getting there bit by bit. So we've got a few weeds hanging out in there, so I'm just gonna get rid of them now. I'm not gonna spray any herbicide though, I'm gonna pull it out manually. But once I've done that, give it a cut and then I'm gonna apply something to it to really start to push some growth on it. I'm hoping it works. Bit of a risk because it's a bit cold and I don't want to push too much growth, but I want to at the same time.
I think you need to calm down.
So we're going to trial it. But let's pull these weeds out first with a... Oh, flip, that nearly hit me in the face. With a screwdriver. and then we'll go from there. So originally I thought this stuff here was oxalis, but I think it's some medic, or some form of medic. I've never actually really seen it before, to be honest, so yeah, had me a little bit stumped. Ooh. That is a bit of cooch there. A bit of bent mixed in. Put that bent back in there. A little bit of a tiff-tuff runner there. But anyway, I'm going to pull it out by hand with the screwdriver because it's really easy to get out. It's only got little shallow roots on it. So there's no point in putting herbicide on here. And I don't really want to stress this lawn while I'm still trying to get it to grow because it is still quite young and not really that established. So yeah. Just gonna do that, bit of winter grass there. Easy as to pull power out, I mean it's ridiculous. But yeah, let's pull this all out with this screwdriver. Right, well that is pretty much all done. Look how much is there.
Holy moly!
I'd say it was in the soil, sorry, in the mix of sand that I got or something, like far out. Look at that tiff-tuff runner as well. Still nice and green actually, which is a bit crazy. Look at all that crap. That's crazy. Good thing it's only a small area. Yeah, it's just starting to really take over the whole area. Crazy stuff. Also, I'm gonna move this pin soon to over this side. I have got a hole changer there, so keep an eye out for that in a coming video. Just got to give the lawn a really good water the night before because it's very hard. I'll probably stuff my back trying to change a hole with that thing, but I'll show you guys how that works and how we used to do it on the golf course as well. Yeah, it needs to be a bit more moist before I do it because it is quite hard in this area just here, the way it is. Anyway, let's get a mowing, hey? Let's get the mower out, give it a quick mow. We're still at the 6mm at the moment. I'm gonna give it a couple more mows with that 6mm height of cut and then drop it down after that. Depending on how it's looking, if it's still not really filling in, then I'll just leave it at 6mm over winter, which I'll be a bit bummed about. I'd love to get down to 4 and keep it nice and tight at 4, but we're gonna do something today to try push it as I said earlier, so yeah. Right, so that cut is all done. Got a bit of grass off there still. Let's check the catcher. Not much, it's just like dust basically, but there's a bit in there. Yeah, it's probably like 2 handfuls, maybe 3 handfuls of grass, and I've been cutting it nearly daily, so it's still growing, but now we're gonna try something to try and push some growth on it. So I'll show you what I'm thinking. Right, so today I'm gonna try and put some nitrogen down on this lawn. So just some straight urea, which is a little bit risque, especially this time of year, because you can cause a bit of fungus diseases if your grass isn't growing very much. But the bent seems to be growing enough with that heat mat on there but I think I'm gonna be able to get away with it. So I'm gonna go a really low rate though. I'm gonna go about 250 grams of nitrogen over per 100 square meters, which this is only about 50, and the green itself is only about 25. So if you actually go on the app that I showed you guys in a video recently, show you quickly, you can actually figure out how much nitrogen you need per area. So for example, let's go into the app, Lawn Journal, that's the one. So if you want to download it on the Apple App Store, it is there under Lawn Journal. So you go to calculator. So today we're putting out 46% nitrogen is in urea, 4600. So we put 4600, oops, and we're only going to be doing it over 25 square meters basically. So we want to put out about 0.250, which is 250 grams of nitrogen over that. So when I normally do a nitrogen app, that's about the amount I put down on the rest of the lawn as well. So generally, yeah, try to get about 250 grams to 500 grams of nitrogen when you're putting out an app. So this is a great way to calculate it. So it'll tell you how many kilos of that particular product you need to put down. So every single fertilizer is going to be different. This one's got 46% nitrogen, something like that. Inoculate Complete I uses, I think it's got 20% nitrogen. So you can use this app to figure it out for you. So if we calculate now, it says we only need 100 grams of fertilizer. So 100 grams of this on the green, which is flipping nothing. So that is so handy, man. Which will get us 250 grams of nitrogen on that area. Right, so let's measure at 100 grams. Now the reason I'm really specific about measuring with this stuff is because it's straight nitrogen and it can burn like crazy. Now I'm going to mix it up in the knapsack and let it dissolve that way instead of putting this on with a spreader, just because it will burn the bent a little bit because the granule size is quite big and the leaf is so short and fine on the green there. But you can see that it's going everywhere. The granule is decent size, not a mini prill. Anyway, let's measure it out and let's put it on the green.
I think I might be over my troubles since you came around. Something struck me.
Right, so that is all done. So I went over it quite a lot of times, as you can see. I put a lot of extra water in there just so we don't get any burn, but I'm going to quickly water it again just with the hose link reel right now, just to make sure, because I don't want to burn it, because you know, it's very high nitrogen. So that's something I normally wouldn't recommend that you guys do, but I just want to do a trial on this because seriously, I want this green to fill in. A little bit bummed about the progress on this thing, just kicking myself for not doing a little bit earlier in the season before it got too cold. I'd love to be putting on it because I'm going to be spraying it out, as you guys know, once the cooch or the tiff tuff starts to wake up, which will be about mid-September. So this might get there because I'll give it a couple of weeks with some warm weather to start growing, but it won't be as good as I want it to be without trying to really push some growth on it. Now, the reason I do not recommend this is because in winter your lawn is not actively growing and pushing too much nitrogen can cause so many issues. So don't do this at home. I'm doing this because I've got this heat mat and it's a bit of a trial. If I get some disease, that's my bad. But don't do it. Do not do it at home. Yeah, we're just going to see how it responds basically. Make sure I keep the heat mat on as often as I can, just to retain some extra heat in there. If I didn't have that heat mat, I wouldn't even be trying because we'd have so much frost hitting it and just it'd be getting smashed by the wind and the cool temps. So we'll see. We'll see how it tracks along the way. But I swear when you put urea out too, like it looks green straight afterwards. Alright, well I'm going to wrap the video up there. Only a short video today. Just wanted to show you guys my plans for this and how we're going to progress forward. I'm really hoping it does something. I mean, we'll find out in the next couple of days if we start to get some growth, because that much nitrogen, it's going to go nuts. If it does grow, I'm probably going to do that every... I don't want to push it too hard because even that was a lot of nitrogen. I'll try it again in 2 weeks and see how it goes along, but it'll just be a test and go sort of thing. Just try it out and see if it starts to fill it in, because I was doing it with the tiff tuff towards the end of the season and it really started to help it push and grow towards the end of the growing season. I was spoon feeding about the same amount of nitrogen as I did just then on the tiff tuff as well. But anyway, thanks guys so much for watching, really appreciate it. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you have a good week. So it's been a few days since I put that blended products down, and this lawn is looking seriously darker green. Like, it is pretty crazy. I tell you what though, when you look across to the green from here, when you compare it to the colours of everything else in the street, look at this. Looks like I painted the grass. Like, it is ridiculous. Look at it. Look at it. It really is popping, that iron and that stuff, man. I tell you what, I did go a bit of a heavier dose too. That is like, look at that colour. Look at that. Flip. And that lawn over there. Anyway, probably should wrap the video up. See you.